welcome back to another video, guys. So in my last building guide I showed how to build Nites, and the one before that I showed how to, I think it was pyramid in Conan, yeah. So it was how to use the pyramids like more in depth. So in this video I'm going to be covering something that links in with building, but it's not necessarily building, it's editing. So I'm going to show you some ways to like get better at editing, and some other ways to like, you know, some editing courses and stuff like that. Firstly, make sure your edit button is a good button. So as you can see, mine is F. The default is G, and in my opinion that's a really shit button because you have to stretch far. Like for F, I just have to stretch like a tiny bit. It's not even that far away from my D, and that's where my index finger on my left hand lays, so it's easy for me to hit F. But G, I have to let go of a lot, and like, how can I explain, it's longer, so like it sacrifices mobility like using D, because like as soon as I press F I can quickly go back to D. See? No, watch. Simple. Alright, secondly, make sure your sensitivity is good for this. If it's too slow, your editing is going to be really bad. Believe me, I used to play some slow sensitivity, and now I'm playing this flipping high sensitivity, and like I am so happy I changed from low sensitivity to high sensitivity. But before we get into the video, guys, go ahead and drop a like, and if you could, subscribe and turn on post notifications. Also, if you want to use Streamlabs is my streaming software. If you didn't know, I use OBS to record my videos, but for streaming I use Streamlabs. If you could, it would help me a lot. Use my referral link, it'll be down in the description of this video. Use it and I'll get £1, and you're making, and 5p will go to charity. So technically that's pretty good, you know, like you're helping me and charity. So yeah, but that's it. Let's get into the video, guys. Alright, so firstly I'm going to show you this editing course. So it's just a wall ramp, self-explanatory, wall ramp. So this one, if you can see where it's going, all you have to do is edit the ramp like this, and then edit through this, edit through that, edit through this, that. So just practice this a lot. It will get your what's called stair rotations better, and it will also get your wall rotation editing better, sorry. And when you come back, make sure to re-edit them so you're ready for the next one. And every time try to set a personal best. So my personal best was 10 seconds for this whole thing. I don't know if I've got a clip for it, but if I do, I'll show you the clip. I was just doing this for the whole time, you know. But sometimes it is understandable if you misclick and hit make it a door. I do it a lot, even though I'm good at editing. At least I think I am. Alright, so let's jump into the second editing course. Alright, so the second course is similar. It's the same exact thing, but there's floors on top. So in this one, what you do is, on the first one, you always do this, and then you edit from there, go down, then you go like that, like this, edit the wall, edit the floor, ramp. Simple, self-explanatory. Let's jump into the next one. Alright, so this one is good in a lot of ways. So firstly, it helps your 90-degree turns, and it helps your editing. So whatever 90-degree turn you do, if you do this way, I didn't cover this one in my 90-degree turns video, but this is my favorite 90-degree turn method now. No, this is second, and then it's the Mongol way. I've gotten so good at it. So just get up, you know, just do some 90s if you want. Get up using any type of technique. And then firstly, this helps your 90-degree turns get more smooth, and it also gets your editing better. So what you should do is edit in any way, shape or form, but to get to the bottom. So there's this way, so you do edit the ramp like that, and edit the floor, edit the ramp, edit the floor. And then there's the opposite way, like this, so it's the same thing. And then there's this way, so you just do the one. And then there's also the other way, and then after that, get whichever one you're comfortable and just edit as fast as you can down. And after a few attempts, not a few attempts, but after some good trying, you'll get pretty good at it. I mean, I'm getting fast at it, but I'm still pretty slow. Not slow, it's just my edit misclicks sometimes, and sometimes the edit delay is phenomenal. And then when you come to the bottom, make sure you edit that, and then break this, re-edit it. And let's jump into the next editing course. Alright, straight after you break down the 90-degree turn one, you can simply, you know how I edited this, the top of this like that, re-edit it, and this is your next editing course. So for this one, Symphony does this a lot, so you just go like this, any type of editing. So it's good to first practice your doors like this, and yeah, just go from the doors to just keep doing every door. And then when you do the doors, you can like abbreviate it into like a door with the top drop like that. Pretty simple. And then you can just do this way. This way is like, this will get you faster at, if you need to rush someone, you need to do this. It'll get you faster at it. So one more time, let's get over it. So you can do this type of editing on both sides. I would recommend doing this one first before you move on to anything else, and then you can go into the window one. So when it comes to windows, instead of like re-editing and then doing it, I'd recommend you to re-edit it but then do it. It's just like more fluid, and it's a bit easier in my opinion, because you don't need to waste time on the second edit the second edit, and when you re-edit it like that, you don't have to waste time for it. You just press it and work simple. And then you can go into these types of ones, just go all over the place. So literally just when you get to this stage, you just like spam edit. Like you shouldn't have like a goal to what to edit, but it'll be better if you can plan out what to edit and then do it. Because if you plan out what to edit and then do it, you're not really doing it randomly, and it'll be better for game situations, and it'll make your muscle memory a lot like better, because you'll know what to do in the exact situation, if you know what I'm saying. Alright, so quickly before we get into the next one, make sure you always practice these ones. These are going to be the most used, because if I'll be honest, if you're in a build fight, you're always going to be editing, shooting people, you get me? So you need to have like a good plan to kill someone, so always practice this one. Alright, so the next one is pretty simple. Pyramid, edit, pyramid, edit, pyramid, edit, pyramid, edit, pyramid, edit. Simple, right? You just have to practice that, so you know when you do your 90-degree turns, and say if you need to, like, let me give you an example. So you're doing this, and then this happens. You need to be able to edit it fast and go for it. You get me? And then say if you're doing your 90s and you get blocked underneath, you're gonna initially, as soon as you come out, you get blocked underneath. You're gonna go like this, put that there. This is a good way to practice your editing too. Then you edit this forward and then forward that, and then go for it. Do whatever you need to do. Alright, so that should wrap it up for today's video, guys. If you want me to do anything, like literally anything, like you need help with your 90-degree turns, just go ahead and put it down in the comments below. I will be sure to be checking out the comments and helping out as many of you as I can, because I know that some of you might not find this editing guide simple, and I will live stream and go more and more in depth for it in a longer time. If you could, guys, like the video, and if you also could, it would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe and turn on post notifications, because I have a November goal to get 100 subscribers. That's why I'm uploading a lot more than usual. So if you could, guys, subscribe. That's it for today's video, guys. Peace.